Hello and welcome to another episode of Dime.Scheduler in under 10 minutes. In this video, I will show you how you can plan absences in Business Central a bit more easily using Dime.Scheduler. When we make plans, we tend to be overly optimistic and we forget that people get sick, they go on holidays and they take personal days to take care of personal affairs. So it wouldn't be such a bad thing to visualize and plan your absences as part of your daily activities. So let's have a look at how this works with standard Business Central. If you've watched previous videos, you'll know the drill by now. This is Dime.Scheduler, and in one single view, we can see all the data that we need for planning. I've set up this workspace to plan short-term projects for our consultants. So to support this kind of planning, we have our open task list at the top left corner of the screen. We also have a planning board that is showing the planning for our consultants. There is a capacity and planning pivot grid at the bottom to report on the workload of our consultants. And then also there's a resource filters component that allows us to look for people with certain skills and other attributes. The topic of today's video are the first three items in the open task list. These absences tasks are just like any other task, apart from they won't actually ever disappear from this list. They are infinite tasks, so budgets and estimations don't apply to this kind of work items. And these three items are linked to the causes of absence table in Business Central. So you'll see the three items will appear as well in the causes of absence table in Business Central, as you can see here. This is standard Business Central functionality, so there's not much to report here, other than to mention that when you install the extension for Dime.Scheduler in Business Central, that will add buttons and capabilities all across BC to link tables to the planning tool. So the same story counts for the causes of absence table. You can go to the actions menu in the ribbon, expand the Dime.Scheduler submenu, and then you can send over the causes of absence list to the planning tool and in the open tasks list. Now let's plan an absence and see how this works. Let's say that HR has approved Alex Turner's request to go on holidays next week. The first thing that we'll have to do is visualize those dates on the planning board, which we can do by clicking on this button and then setting the date range of interest. Let's go for a 2-week date range. And now we can start dragging and dropping our absence tasks to the planning board. Simply drag the right task and drop it somewhere on the planning board like so, and there we go. Our holiday task has been booked in and confirmed. As mentioned before, these absences tasks are infinite, so they will not be removed if you plan something in. And as with anything else on the planning board, as soon as you do any kind of planning, we will reach out to the underlying back office system and update that system with the new planning information. For absences, we're going to create employee absence registrations. We can take a little shortcut by right-clicking on our resource and then check out the employee card. And then we can navigate to this employee's absences. This just opens up a new tab in the browser, and then we can navigate through the ribbon to this employee's absences. And if we have a look, this record is the same appointment as the one we booked in the planning board. If you want to plan in the entire week, you can drag and drop, or you could use our recurring appointment feature. To use that, you just double click on the appointment and then change the repeat pattern to, for example, daily. And you can specify the daily specifications of the recurring sequence. So let's plan this for the entire week. So the only thing we have to do is set the end repeat to stop after 5 occurrences. So we're going to plan the entire week with the same information as the appointment we have here. If I save the appointment, after a few moments, we'll see the entire week will be populated with the same specifications of the appointments. And as you can expect, as soon as something appears on a planning board, it will find its way back to Business Central. So if I hit F5 here, the entire week is now also available in this employees absences list. Let's say that Johnny Marr called and he told us he's sick and he will be back in the office sometime next week. What we could do then is take this sickness task, drag it and drop it on the planning board for resource Johnny, and then we'll make sure nothing gets planned in. What we could do instead of creating recurring appointments is use the copy-paste functionality, especially if you're not sure how long it will take. This copy-paste functionality is the appropriate capability. Select your appointment, hit the Control-C combination on your keyboard, and then navigate to the date that you want to paste. Select it, and then hit Control-V on your keyboard, and you can keep on repeating it like so. And as you can expect, we're going to write back all these blocks in the employees absences list. So again, we can right-click on our resource, go to the employee card, then we can check out this employees absences. So I have to go to related employee and then to the other, and then we can see the absences will be populated according to the schedule that we produced in the planning board. Now, as per usual, it is possible to synchronize the planning that you produce here to people's Outlook calendars as well. So I've logged in for Johnny Marr and I have his calendar open right here. So we should see the sickness day appear in his calendar, and then perhaps also for next week, these 2 days are visualized in the Outlook calendar. Absence planning is a fairly simple module, but nonetheless quite powerful since it's connected to standard Business Central. You could potentially link other HR systems to Dime.Scheduler, which is a possibility and can be done quite easily. The data flow will be slightly different, but the planning workflow will be exactly the same. For more information, check out our website Dime.Scheduler.com and get your free demo. I'll see you in the next episode.